So I'm pretty sure, by now, a lot of you have been discussing the, tragedy of Mercedes Morr. Now, Mercedes Morr was very famous on Instagram. She had over 2 million followers on Instagram. She was one of these Instagram / OnlyFans women. And what made people shocked about what happened with her is that she, and I'm gonna let you play these clips, but I'm gonna home in on a few things, because I'm gonna have to go there in this video about the deadly games that women play with some of these men and think that they getting over and doing the things that they're doing to finesse certain guys. But let's go ahead and roll that clip.
On Instagram, she was known as Miss Mercedes Morr. Her adult content followed by 2.6 million people, including superstar Snoop Dogg and Megan Thee Stallion. Her real name was Janae Gagnier. The 33-year-old was found dead inside her upscale apartment in Richmond, Texas. Police say they were called to this quiet complex for a welfare check Sunday. Inside the apartment, they found Mercedes Morr and another man believed to be the suspect who killed her, Kevin Alexander Accordo. He was also dead, police calling it a murder-suicide. Investigators say there is no relationship between Mercedes and the suspect, telling us his last known address was in Florida. Neighbors we spoke with call the complex quiet and secure.
It'd be kind of surprising to know that this was an intruder, someone that broke into the house, because I wouldn't think that would happen here.
Police have not said how the two died, telling us the cause of death will come from the medical examiner.
It was our baby, and as many people in Houston knew her and loved her, she was as sweet with them as she is with us. She took care of people. She's just a sweetheart, and my baby's gone from a tragic event that didn't have to happen, and it's just dangerous.
Mark, Sunday afternoon, you went to your daughter's apartment, and I mean, as a father, you don't ever prepare yourself for what you found. How are you feeling?
I mean, your first insight when I went into my daughter's apartment and saw her there, anger took over. Well, I'm sorry. Sadness took over real quick. My girlfriend, bless her little heart, at the time ran upstairs, saw the guy still in there. Anger took over. And she's crying hysterically. I'm mad as can be, especially because the guy's still up there. My girlfriend later on asked me, why didn't you cry at first? And I said, I didn't cry because I was so mad and upset that this guy, even though he was committing suicide at the time, was in my daughter's house. My daughter's dead on the floor. And I don't know what he did. I just knew that it was somebody that my daughter doesn't associate with, and not because of the person he was or is my daughter. We keep her private. Nobody, not even her real friends, really knew her name. I've moved my daughter 3 times just because of my insecurities and the freeze, of course, but she doesn't have friends by her house. I know my daughter, and when I got to my daughter's house and it was locked up and she's not answering my phone, which is not like her, I knew something was up, so I didn't hesitate to kick the door down. And what I saw, I wouldn't want any parent to go through. That's the first thing. The second thing is, which is even more hurtful, is I'm glad you reached out to us, was that news stories and calls and everything started popping up without reaching out to the parents, without reaching out for information. And it went from false accusations of HIV or COVID to other things, and nobody even reached out to talk to us. So when I was contacted, I'm here to set the story straight, let everybody know what happened. Janae was very loved, and she's probably loved more than we would have thought of.
Now, this father here in this video, it is so many different things with him that he is saying and don't even realize he's saying. And at the same time, he is clueless on his daughter. I'm going to tell you something. I have three adult daughters now. Okay. 3. I don't know what they're doing every step of the way unless they telling me or I find out from somebody down the street. Now, just me being, on the internet myself, I don't have the amount of, maybe kind of close if I add all my social media together, maybe close to 2 million if I add everything what we doing here. But even at my level, people see me in the street. They kind of know who I am at times. Or people, my parents, people say, hey, I seen your son online at XYZ. Okay, it's me. That's what I'm doing. This is what Uncle Phil is doing, right? Think about her and what she was doing. And everybody coming up to the parents saying, hey, Janae is online. You see them pictures Janae posting? You know about that? Because people going to automatically think that the parents don't even know about that. And I'm going to say as a father, you do not want your daughter to be an Instagram model. You don't want your daughter with a following on freaking OnlyFans as a father. Now, listen to what he said. He said, I moved her 3 times because of my insecurities.
I've moved my daughter 3 times just because of my insecurities.
No, not because of your insecurities, because you know that she was in danger for a while from what she chose to do, because she chose to do that. Understand? Now, he says that she didn't have no friends over. How do you know, brother? As a father, I don't know everything that my daughters are doing. Every moment, you don't know. Especially these little girls, little women, they not trying to tell you everything as a father. Not they may tell their mama a little bit what they doing, but they're not going to tell you. So how do you know she had no friends over? So nobody came over to her house at all. Nobody. Okay. Then let's look at the situation with this guy. Now, the coroner's report came out. He strangled her to death. This is what he chose to do. Now, another thing I need to focus on with this Mercedes Morr, because like I say, all these videos are teachable moments. Teachable moments. Brother Elvis, put up that picture that I gave you from the video where he talks about the money. Now, a lot of y'all love women. I want y'all to stare at that for a minute. This is what this trick, simp, that's what he was, put up here, that she took a lot of his money. Women, what you don't understand about men and their money. All men are hardwired about a certain thing with their money. When men are giving you money, they always expect something in return. Some give you money and expect quick sex from you. Some may give you money and be slow with it, right? And they're willing to wait a little bit, but they want a return on that money. Simps are the most dangerous guys to fool with, okay? I told y'all, I'm about to get started on my simp book because I'm going to break down the simps. It's a different kind of simps out there, but your murderers like that, your rapists, those kinds, a lot of your serial killers that chase women are simps. Simps are dangerous because they don't know how to get women without doing something outside of just being who they are. Because most of them have a lame personality. Most of them are socially awkward. This is why a lot of reasons they can't get women naturally without tricking off no money. So this simp here, Mercedes, okay, was getting the money out of this simp. Now there was a part that he said sorry to the landlord. Make me think that simp was paying her rent. That could have been going on. Listen what the simp said. She took a lot of his money. Y'all think that y'all keep playing games with these simps, women, those of you who got the looks and all of that to do it? Because only, the women that got the looks can get away with all that. You think you taking this simp for dinner money? You taking this simp for your car note? You keep playing with these simps. Keep playing with them. They gonna snap out, because especially when some of you play game enough to get deeper into their pockets and make them think y'all having some sort of relationship. So then this simp sit up here and think, okay, well, I'm spending my money. We made some sort of relationship. And then this simp find out you really with some ball player, some rapper, some business guy, or whatever. Now, rest assured, simps, look at that guy and look at her. You know good and well that guy, and he got a dusty look about him, cannot get a woman that look like that. Come on. I mean, some of y'all guys got to be real on that. You got to be real. You need to date the women within your sphere of influence. I will say that much. When you want to get to those types, you got to be at a certain level for that to get those types. Let's call it what it is. I'm being 100% real with you. Some guys shoot way too high, and your dollars is not at that level. Because call it what it is. You got to make a certain amount of money to get access to those types. And I looked at on her when I didn't even know who she was till this happened. When you look at her page, all these different blue check marks, everybody knew her. So why would she get involved with this dusty guy like this when she know rappers and ball players and dudes with money, probably dudes on the Texans? All these dudes want to get at her too, who got money. She just saw him as, well, shoot, I'm going to get this little simp right here. I'm going to get him to pay me some money. But that dangerous game cost her life. Ladies, don't mess with these simps. Some of you think it's funny. You say you like a simp because they're going to give you money. They're going to do this and do that. But that simp could take your life. They could take your life. Understand that. On top of just that in general, now let's get to the zaddy part. Because I'm going to go there by zaddy. Y'all been taking a lot of L's with zaddy. And you think that when brothers tell you about zaddy, that we just getting on your nerves, or we jealous? Oh, no. We ain't jealous. We actually doing you a community favor by telling you about zaddy. Zaddy has been beating black women. Zaddy has been murdering black women. And we've been seeing this constantly in these stories with these zaddies. Listen, if you don't want to know about these zaddies, go talk to white women. White women know they men more than anybody else. Nobody jealous of you with no zaddy. Nobody cares. Trust me. Nobody really cares. We just telling you because you look like one of us. We still, even though you off cold and you out of pocket, we still care about you as black men, even though you say we don't. When we tell you about these zaddies, we work with these guys. We dealt with these guys. We know how they talk. We know how they move. We know their hygiene. We know how they treat their women. Hell, they women come tell black men how those men treat them. And how many white women, fellas in the chat, how many white women have told you how white men oppress them and dog them the hell out, and that's why they try to talk to brothers? How many of you brothers have heard that from white women? I've heard it many times from white women. You think you know more about they men than they? Do you think you know more about zaddy and how zaddy do them? You really don't know about the white on white crime out here. Zaddy be treating them, man. Trust me, you don't know zaddy, and you starting to learn it now. Don't attack brothers when we're trying to tell you about zaddy over here. Cause zaddy, you can finesse a brother, and he 9 times out of 10 he gonna take that a lot of times, or he may be embarrassed that he got finesse like that. Now, every blue moon, you may have a Myron from the Players Club go to your house and try to get in there. But for the most part, a lot of brothers will probably keep quiet about you finessing them like that because they don't want to be embarrassed. But zaddy, oh no, he take it to the next level. You mess with zaddy money too much like that, and, well, you seen what happened. So what I'm saying is this. Ladies, those of you who are attractive enough to get guys to give you money, be careful. I told all my daughters, don't take money from a man. Don't take nothing from a man, because he's going to want something in return. And if you're not prepared to be in a relationship with him, preferably a relationship, and you just taking it just because, and you taking money from this dude and that dude and that dude, you're going to get yourself in a world of trouble. And it's going to be your own fault, because you're playing a dangerous game. Once again, I know some of you women didn't have your father around, so let Uncle Phil tell you, men are hardwired to want something in return for their money when there's a relation to women. Always consider that and never take a man's money. Unless you want to play that dangerous game. And I don't want you to end up like Mercedes Morr here, on top of all the things that she was doing on OnlyFans and all of that. We're not even going to go there in this video because it is what it is. But learn that lesson in this dangerous game of playing with simps like some of you women like to do. But fellas, ladies, let your uncle know, in this comment section, what you think about all this. Ladies, I'm just trying to tell you, you know who you are. I don't know you, but you know who you are. Some of you probably have played with these simps like that. Be careful. That's the only thing I'm saying. Be careful, because I don't want to have to make a video about something happening to you.